Attention contractors! You want to hear a little secret? Besides all the awesome keynote speakers, panels, debates, and breakout sessions, we host the largest trade show expo floor on the planet at the Windstorm Conference. At WTS, you can tour our massive trade show expo floor and meet with many of your favorite industry vendors, manufacturers, service, and technology providers. You also may meet some new ones that will help you scale your company to scale it in 2020. They're all coming! Meet with your favorite building suppliers like ABC, Beacon, SRS, USLBM, and many more. Or how about some of your favorite manufacturers? GAF, Tamco, Owens Corning, Malarkey, IKO, Certainty, Tilcor, Duralast, Decra, and many more of your favorite manufacturers. Or check out some of our many technology and service providers like Hilltrace, Acculinks, Xactimate, and many more. What's up, Derek? Booyah, baby. At WTS, we're also going to bring you the latest in drone and virtual reality technology. We're going to show you the latest industry-specific training on the planet on how to use this new technology to scale your company in 2020. So come join the shakers and movers of the industry at the Windstorm Conference and Trade Show Expo on February 20, 21, 22 at the Phoenix Convention Center and make the decision to scale it in 2020. Booyah, baby!
And good afternoon, everyone. Happy New Year. This is the first time that I'm doing the video for 2020. So it is, what day is it? It is Wednesday. It is noon and it's time for your daily hail forecast. But before we get going, we got to thank our sponsors with the Merlin Law Group as well as the C3 Group. Thanks you guys as always for sponsoring this video. And if you haven't been tuning in the last few days, we have kind of an announcement. Well, an announcement. We are going on the road once again for our Highway to Hail 2 tour. So these are the cities that we will be visiting to deliver the forecast of what we think will be going on for this year. We're going to be starting in Omaha on January 20th and then moving on to Denver on the 22nd, Atlanta on the 29th, here in Oklahoma City on February 10th, then Dallas followed by Charlotte, Orlando, Chicago, Minneapolis, and closing out in Pittsburgh on March 10th. So if you're in any of these areas, check out I believe it's on our Facebook page where you can sign up to go to any of these events. Yes, do that. It's coming up quickly. We have a lot of info putting it together for you. So we've been reviewing state by state on what's been going on for 2019. Today we are focusing on Colorado. Oh yes, pretty big year for Colorado, not as big as last year though. We got up to 504 hail reports last year though, 561, and a lot lower the year before in 2017, and 423 in the year of 2016. And our 20-year average is 304 reports, and surprise, the biggest year that Colorado has seen in the last 20 years was in fact 2018 with that 561 reports. And in terms of the amount of maps that we made 55 maps. 37 of those were 1-star maps, 10 of them were 2 stars, 4 3-star maps, 3 4-star maps, and 1 5-star map, which happened on July 5th of 2019. This was the Black Forest Louisville Fort Collins storm, where up to 2.5-inch diameter hail fell and a little over 214,000 houses were impacted. Pretty big storm, if I say so myself. Well, there are a few storms actually that happened. Of course, there are different areas. Yes, but here are some pictures from that day. And I mean, it's a little bit cold right now, but if you are a risk taker and you want to get some of those roofs fixed in the Colorado area in these cities, the map is on our site to purchase right now. So let's take a look at the next few days. Today, we're not expecting anything in terms of hail. And then tomorrow, and I forgot to change the date, tomorrow is the 9th, not the 8th, but we're not expecting any hail tomorrow either. But as we've been talking about the last few days, we are looking ahead and keeping an eye on Friday and Saturday, and I'm going to back it up. I had way too much coffee, sorry guys, today. This is for Friday. We really haven't changed the areas that we're going to be watching very much. I did extend the significant risk down to Houston. Dallas, you're still in it. And as far northward as Little Rock and Fayetteville, Arkansas, and maybe as far north as southern Missouri. Now, as we get into a Saturday, again, we really didn't change this a whole lot at all. I think Birmingham, Alabama, down to Jackson, Mississippi, all the way down to maybe New Orleans. This is going to be the area that we'll be watching on Saturday. Now, if you haven't known already, we're actually mapping wind as well as hail. So it's going to possibly be a very busy few days for us here at the Hail Palace. So let's take a look way ahead, a few days into the future. This is the North American model, kind of to give you an idea of what to expect in terms of storm mode. We are expecting the storm development to start around the 35 corridor and then move on east, and I think there could be some isolated development, so more in terms of a hail risk before it all lines out and moves on to the east. And we say here, when it lines out, that is more of a wind threat. So hail, again, will be possible from eastern Oklahoma down south to maybe starting in Dallas and maybe here in the southeastern part of Texas, but then it will line out as it goes east and will become more of a wind threat. So let's take a look at our friend Cape. This is, again, the energy that those storms feed on. And as you can see, as we get into the next loop, I can show you that the Cape will start out a little bit, on the low side, but then as we get into Friday evening into Saturday, it starts to pump up a bit. And again, that's in the southeastern Texas. As we get into Friday evening and maybe into the overnight hours, that's where we'll be watching for the hail. But then you can see as we get into Saturday, the values start to drop off, and I think it's going to be more of a wind threat. But I'll tell you more on what we're thinking about, even more on the mode in a second. These are the lapse rates. This is, again, the change of the drop of temperature as you go up in height. So the more of a drop you see, so like these reds and the purples, those are the areas, again, that we'll be watching for the hail development. Yes, before it all starts to turn into a wind event. So if you're in eastern Texas, make sure you're keeping an eye out for the hail, and it's all going to be wind. So last thing, I promise you, this is the upper level. This is the system that we're going to be watching on Friday, and then it's going to be moving on out Saturday and into Sunday. But as we're taking a look again, as we get into the next round here, we're not really seeing a whole lot of a negative tilt, which is why I'm concerned about the hail possibly not being there, but I mean, it's going to be there, but the amount of hail is still in question. So that's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on here. And one more look, I promise this is the last one. It's going to be moving on through. Here's this Friday, Saturday, amplifies, moves out, and then we start to quiet down. So here are some facts, or some expectations, I should say, on what we should be expecting possibly as we get into Friday and Saturday. So I think the biggest threats for both days are going to be those tornadoes and the strong winds. But in the initial development on Friday, there is that potential for hail if the storms can stay isolated. And then as we get into later on Friday and Saturday, as of right now, wind looks to be the biggest threat. But if storms can form ahead of that main line, there could still be the possibility of hail. But as of right now, wind and tornadoes seems to be the biggest factor. But you know how Mother Nature rolls. We always get surprised by what she does. So make sure you stay tuned to Hail Trace's updates, and we'll let you know what's going on. So let's close it out. I need more coffee, not really. Make sure you set us first on our Facebook page. All you need to do is go to our Facebook page, click on the follow button, and select the See First so you don't miss anything. This is a very rare event. It's January. We usually don't see this. So you gotta make sure you are ready to go. And our new website, it's been out since last March, I believe, but if you're new to the Hail Trace family or you're still having any issues, whether it's on the PC version or on our mobile app, please contact us. We are here to help you. We want to make sure that you are using these products to the best of their abilities so you can go out there and help those people in need. And if you have any other questions, concerns, you just want to say hi, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com. Visit our site at www.hailtrace.com where you can see what we can offer you. We have some bios on there. And we also have an Instagram page, so please feel free to follow us there as well. And I'm meteorologist Heather Kay, and I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday.